give ourselves a few seconds here of like
Get situated.
getting cozy. I should have asked you if you wanted some tea or a mug to
I
hold.
really wish I would have stopped at McDonald's and got an iced coffee.
Your
There's tomorrow.
Your gut will thank you later.
That's true.
Well, good morning. I'm here with Mya Nagel.
And I'm here with Miss Paris.
Hello, and we're going to interview each other because we want to, and we thought it would be fun. So, would you like me to go first, or do you want to go first? You can't see my
You
questions.
can go first. Are we going back and forth or all at once? Like,
Back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, back and forth. I might mix up my order a little bit here.
Okay.
How would your best friend describe you?
Should probably describe me as weird and loud. And I always make her stay up really late with me, just talking. Like I just make her talk with me, so she would probably just say I'm a night owl. But yeah, probably weird and loud.
Yeah, we would have been friends for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love weird and loud.
Let me. All right. Who do you think has influenced your life the most to this day?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know. Who's influenced me the most? Lots of, I don't know, lots of people keep coming to my mind. My parents, I think for sure, like instilling values in me. But also like as I grew up, like the friend groups that I had and lost, like that influenced me to like do better and be better. But also like my husband has really done a good job like pushing me to like do things that I normally wouldn't do, or like things that I would like 20 years ago would have been like, I can't do that. It's too messy or whatever. Like he's pushed me to like be better. So it's taken a village to build this.
Okay.
If you could change one thing about being in high school, or about like high school in general, if you could change one thing, what would it be?
I think I would make everyone equal, because there's a lot of like, oh, I'm more popular than you, so I'm better than you, or like there's kids that come to school every day feeling like they don't have friends when really there's like a lot of other people that feel the same way. So I would just make everyone equal and make it so kids can come to school without feeling like they're so alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the main thing I see here.
That would be beautiful. Yeah. Well, and I see you in class like reaching out and talking to everybody, and not just like your own like little group. So I appreciate that about you. It's my
Shoot.
sorry.
I keep forgetting.
It's
What would you tell your younger self looking back on your life now?
I would tell her to stop sweating the small stuff, and I would tell her to make more decisions based on what she really wanted and desired, instead of what she thought other people wanted her to do. I would have told her to be a little braver, and not always make decisions based on like a boy or where the boy was stationed or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now and money is no object, where are you gonna go?
Bora Bora.
Bora
I want to
Bora.
stay in one of those little huts and just wake up and like swim.
Like huts on the beach?
Yeah, they have them like out in the water.
What?
And there's like a ladder right into the like one.
Does somebody bring you food?
Yeah, there's like a dock and you can, it's like, yeah, room service. It's like a little hotel, but like hotel room, but it's like all by yourself.
That's
There's
awesome.
a bunch of them. And I want to go so bad.
Are there a lot of bugs in Bora Bora?
I don't know. Hopefully not weird ones. I hate bugs. Like snakes, if there's snakes, maybe not.
I have a really funny story. I'm just gonna sidebar for just a hot second. Mr. Paris loves to travel. He likes New Zealand because there's no bugs that can kill him in New Zealand, but Australia kind of freaks him out a whole lot.
That would freak me out.
There's lots of bugs.
There's
that could
so
kill
many
him.
weird things in Australia, like animal-wise.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But the accents.
I do like the accents. I used to be in love with a singer from Australia because of his accent.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman, if you're watching, read me bedtime stories. Okay.
If you could give a piece of advice to girls in high school, what would it be?
I think it would be the same advice I would give my younger self to like take some time to really like think about what you want and what you need and not what the world is telling you should do all the time. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Even like, I used this example a couple weeks ago in class, but even like, if somebody is like, hey, is anybody hungry? And like, instead of thinking about your stomach and what you want, you like look over at your friend, like, are you hungry? Like answering based on your friend. Like even just simple stuff like that. That's like, if we could all just kind of like own ourselves a little bit more. And also be okay with others not being the same way.
Yeah.
You know. What do high school teachers need to know or remember about like teens today? Like are we missing something on how to connect with you guys?
I think they need to realize that like society has changed and like I don't mean to say like just girls, but girls are going through a lot. I don't know what guys are going through, but they probably go through a lot. So them adding like stress to us that shouldn't be added is kind of just like, it shouldn't be there. And I'm not saying like homework and stuff, but I just feel like favoritism of some students could add stress to other students or just like things like that. They need to realize that we have stuff going on outside of school as well, whether it be like work or just like family issues.
Yeah.
So
Just looking at the whole picture, not just like the hour you're in front of us and seeing all the other stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, how can I do that better?
Oh, I think you do a good job. You and Miss Roney are like my favorite teachers to go to, like about that stuff, because you actually understand, and you have kids like our age, so you know how to connect better. But I feel like, and we're getting a lot of younger teachers, and I feel like they know what's going on. But like some of our older ones that don't have kids our age anymore are kind of just not in touch with what's going on outside of school, and school seems to be like their only priority.
So just listening and learning
And if a kid's having a bad day, like not putting them down for that. Just kind of saying, I'm here if you need something.
And being available to listen.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn. I keep forgetting the order.
Okay, so some people were asking about Lotus Project, so I do have a question about that.
Yeah.
And the first one is, what made you think to start it?
Good morning. I know, I'm embarrassing.
Paris, we got a book from Mr.
Thank you.
Wilson.
Delivery. Thank you.
Okay.
This is I got an award for courage. It was a major award last year.
What's happening to your book? Is it falling apart?
I glued it. I glued some things in there.
Oh.
It's not done. You know. Okay. So there's a lot of business happening in the hallway. We're just waiting for you.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, so your question is about why did I start it?
Yeah, like
So
what made you
you
start
see where we're sitting right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is a frequent spot where, like, sometimes I have to talk to kids about their grades or, hey, you're crying in class, what's going on? But oftentimes, like, kids will pull me out here, like, to tell me something. It usually wasn't good news. It was usually something bad, like my parents are getting divorced, or my boyfriend raped me, or just I'm pregnant or whatever, like lots of things. And I felt like I was having the same conversation over and over again with mostly girls, but sometimes boys too, about choice. Like, and it always kind of came down to, okay, so this bad event has happened. Now you get to choose your path, you know, based on attitude or based on like options. And I think a lot of kids felt like they just never had options. Like, well, this is how it was for my mom or my dad, so this is how it's going to be for me, and didn't see that they had options. So having these one-on-one conversations over and over again, and I wanted to be able to have these conversations more often with more people, and I couldn't do that very well teaching history because I still had my curriculum to follow. And so it was 2011. I just had this idea that I was gonna bring some teachers together, and we were gonna have small groups of girls, and we were going, the first year we just kind of winged it, and Nigel Barker wrote this book called The Beauty Equation, and we kind of like went through like the workshoppy things that he did in his book with those girls, and then we did some field trips and guest speakers come in, and then the next year I wrote my own curriculum, and so that's where we are now with the Lotus Project. So
Fun.
So now it's like we've got 8 sessions officially, and so we do things like with sisterhood and confidence building, whole health, and we do stuff with mental health and goal setting and like analyzing the media's mixed messages. I'm forgetting some right now, but there's that, and then we have guest speakers come in, and then I have my upperclassmen, and we just kind of
Chit chat.
we do our thing. We do all those things, plus we also make stuff up as we go along, which is fun. So, yeah, I love it. I wish it were a class.
I know, that would be so fun.
That leads me to my next question. If you could have like any elective in the world offered at GHS that is currently not offered at GHS, what would you want that to be?
I don't know, probably something that teaches us how to do stuff in the real world, just because they don't really like teach that anymore. So it's not like the most fun thing ever that I would choose, but I feel like it would help a lot more.
Like, do you mean like changing your oil, or do you mean like just like dealing with stress, or
like money, how to get a house, how to like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like, or even like a home ec class. I don't know how to cook. Like I need to know. I just feel like life skills. A life skills class would be so nice.
Yeah, we used to have a foods class.
Really?
It was great.
Yeah.
And sometimes the kids would bring me snacks.
I can't cook, so it'd be helpful.
I learned how to cook because I used to go to, I don't even know if they're around anymore, these pampered chef parties. It's like,
They are.
Are they? Yeah, that's how I learned how to cook.
Really?
Because it was like trending in 1999, 2000, and I just would go to these parties, and then I would buy all the gadgets, but they would teach you like how to use them, and I was like, oh, I can follow directions.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's good. That's, yeah. YouTube, I feel like could teach you how to cook if you really needed to. Oh wait, it's
Oh shoot.
I know. I keep getting the order out of order.
What is your favorite thing about the Lotus Project?
The girls, the conversations, and I get like, as much as we're trying to like build up like self-esteem and just, you know, seeing your value and teaching you those things, every time we do that, I'm reminding myself to do it. And so like it's being kind to yourself is a process, and it's hard to learn sometimes, I think, and at least for me. And so every time we do something together, I get just as much out of it as I hope that you guys do.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, and I just love you guys. All right. This is my last question for you. Where are you going to be in 10 years?
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll have a stable job. I want to work in the NICU.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
hopefully,
little tiny
yeah.
babies.
Yeah, I want to really bad, and hopefully I can job shadow someone soon, and then hopefully I'll have a house. I hope to have some kids by then.
Mm-hmm.
How old will I be? 22. Yeah,
You don't have to have a ton yet.
not a ton. Maybe one. Maybe.
Where do you want to live?
I don't.
Or wherever the wind takes you.
I don't know where I'm going. If me and Aaron were to stay together, I have to move to California just because of him going into the Marines. But
Yeah.
maybe
Well-
we'll even be back by then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and nurses are needed everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, nurses are needed everywhere. So,
Mhm.
do you have any final thoughts?
I don't think so. I asked like all my questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Maya.
Yeah. Thank you for
You're
letting me ask
welcome.
you questions.
You're welcome. All right.
Bye. Ugh, no, there's just gonna be an awkward pause.
Well, I can edit